it will lock it in that axis, so it's a precise movement. Whoops. Alright, so you need to keep moving it. Alternatively, as you can see, the hotkeys are right here. So if you press G, Z, and Z again, it's the same as going through all these windows and selecting Z local. Alright, so now I've got it at the height I'm happy with, but now as you can see, it's facing the opposite way of the DragonAge hair mesh. So I need to select mirror, X local, and then mirror again, Y local. So it just puts in the right spot. Now it's too high, so we'll just first move it around. Alright, so I'm going to use the hotkeys now. So G, Z, Z, so I move it up and down the Z axis. So it's at a good height now, but now it's clipping in the forehead area, so I gotta move it in the Y direction, where I could just go through all these windows again and select grab and move on the Y axis, or alternatively I can use these hotkeys. Oops. So I've kind of got it to an area where I want it to be, but I need to move it on the X axis now, so I'm going to use the hotkeys. I'm going to press G, X, and then X again, so I can move it where I want it to be. Maybe move it down a bit, grab Z, Z. So as you can see, it's starting to fit together, but you can notice some clipping right around here, behind the ears, and definitely around here where should be strands of hair sticking out, but it's not. So now we should be resizing it. Again, it should be all selected. All this yellow stuff should pop up. Alternatively, you could view, instead of all faces, it could be selecting edge or just the vertexes. You still have it all selected, but it's just a different view of what you select. Instead of selecting a whole face, you're selecting one of these dots, or you're selecting an edge. But I need them all selected for now. Anyway, back to resizing. So you go into Mesh, Transform, and Scale. Scale's exact same as resizing. So let's scale on an axis. Or no, just make it bigger for now. Let's press Scale, which the hotkey is also S. So we can make it smaller or bigger. So we just need it maybe about there. As you can see, now the bangs are sticking way out in front of the forehead now. So there's a bunch of resizing I need to do. Let me see. First I'll move it down, perhaps. And move it back, perhaps. It's a whole bunch of just guessing where you think it might look nice. And also, the Sims models are incredibly skinny compared to DragonAge models. So it's not going to exactly fit as you want it to. Alright, I'm going to make this mesh a bit wider now in the X direction. So I'm going to go to Transform, Scale on Axis, and just in the X direction. So this can make it skinny or fatter. have a good angle. This is what I want. So I'm going to use the hotkeys now. So I'm going to press X, S, X, and then X again. And that's not, there we go. I want it as big, right about there. Now these little bits are moving out, sticking out the wrong way. I'm just going to select one piece of it. So to do that, to select pieces of the hair, you just click on the one face, one triangle, or you select an edge, or alternatively, you can select a vertex. It's all how you want it to show up and use it. And you go under select, and you use these right here. You want either more, or you can select less. And again, the hotkeys are right here. So I'm going to be using hotkeys now. So I'm going to be holding Control and plus or minus, plus to select more, and then minus to select less. So I'll be just selecting one of these hair strands in the back and moving it backwards, like so. So it's starting to stick out. So those are just some of the tools I've used. You want to take the time to experiment and get comfortable with the hotkeys and resizing and stuff. Transform is where you're going to find a lot of the stuff you use, like, rotating, another good tool, and selecting and stuff. So I think I'm going to stop it here, because the main point of this video tutorial was to show you need to place the hairstyle in a certain spot on this plane, which is on top of the head of your character that you're creating. When I come back, I will have the hair model shaped on the head to my liking, and we'll be taking the next step in this tutorial. So thank you for watching, and have fun modding.